Carroll likes tangling with players because he tangles with more there, and again, that is the end of the game. And Maidstone United get back on the horse. Maidstone United 3, Chippenham Town 0, and, well, I would say easy. Stone scored early and made it easy. It involved hard work, but you've got to do the hard work to get in there, haven't you? Yeah, and I think I think even like the first 10 minutes, you could see we were the team on top, and we got off to a fly with Cargbow's bullet header. That's 2-2 now for him at the Gallagher. Shortly after, we of course had his header down for Gilbert's first goal. I say first goal, it's not his first goal, but it's probably the easiest goal he'll score all season at the Gallagher, because that was an open net for him. And then David Cisse turning provider for Golding's goal, which was in off the bar. So I think really going into that half, back in your mind, you knew the game was done. We never like to say it as early on, because anything can happen in football, but I think to come, where Chippenham are now, to come back from 3-0 down, it was always going to be a really, really steep hill to climb, wasn't it? So
absolutely. I think once the Stones have gone 3-0 up, and Hamzat Cargbo played a massive part in that. Scored the first one, and a wonderful cushioned header from a cross by Beeden.
He's my man of the match. I think probably Tanga close second. I think Jeff he was all afternoon up and down that wing beating his man, and he obviously got the assist for that goal. So Tanga, I think, also had a really positive game, but for me, Cargbo probably my player of the match.
Yeah, I'd probably go there. I think slightly different take on it. They all played very well. Some, Cargbo included, were able to shine a little bit more than others.
True.
True. Perhaps had a quiet game but an effective game. Beeden just it's like they'd spent all game sort of like passing the ball along the back and all the rest of it, and then all of a sudden Lexus Beeden explodes.
He just got a bit bored, didn't he? And then he just thought, oh, okay, I'll have a go now.
They just weren't expecting it.
Yeah, but he does that. He's done that a few times, hasn't he, this season, Beeden, where he goes on those runs and almost leaves it gives Maidstone an overload, right? Because obviously the Chippenham players aren't anticipating that, and that's obviously what led to the goal. And it's similar with Cisse as well, coming in from that centre back line and playing in Golding for his goal. So
of course, the thing with that is tactically, we remarked upon it in the commentary. They were 1-0 down, but they were still defending very, very deeply.
They were,
And we start passing the ball across the back. It gives them time to get their shape, and keep it at 1-0. They might be able to nick one, and all the rest of it. But that didn't quite work because we had the wit and intelligence to just do something different.
Exactly. Well, and even in the closing stage of this game, we had. You saw Chippenham were playing even in their own box still, and a couple of times where that nearly went wrong for them. Obviously, Gilbert won that ball right at the end there and could have got a goal himself, another one. So, I think all game Maidstone really just pushed Chippenham back, didn't really give them much space at all. That's not to say Chippenham didn't have their chances and a couple of shots. Of course they did. Harness, it wasn't it was a relatively quiet day for him, but he was still called into action a couple of times. I think Colwell and who was the other one we called out for Chippenham who had a really good game? I think was it Fleet. Yeah, I think probably two of the best players for Chippenham this afternoon, but not enough to do anything here, and it's the Stones who come away with the 3 points.
Well, in terms of Chippenham, I've seen worse teams here this season, but I really haven't seen any that have been less effective.
Yeah.
They just, if I may be so bold as to say, didn't get their tactics quite right, maybe even wrong, and didn't capitalise on their strengths. Of course, there was that spell at the end when they looked to be our equal, but it's easy to impress when you're 3-0 down, of course.
It is. So,
anyway, I think that wraps it up quite nicely. 3 points, 3 goals and 3 points for the Stones, and there's only one thing that remains to be said, Alex.
Yep.
Come on, you Stones.